My name is Katie Marie, and this is my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here, welcome back. Your girl can't dance, but I'm literally never going to let that stop me. And you shouldn't let it stop you either. We carry a ton of stress in our body. There's good stress and there's bad stress. The good stress wakes us up in the morning, allows us to do the things that we need to do. The bad stress puts us in an early grave. So dancing, to me, is nothing more than freely moving your body as an avenue to just let that stress go. And if you don't believe me, do me a favor. Unclench your booty, relax your jaw, drop your shoulders. We're laughing, but you were literally doing one, if not all three of those, weren't you? See? I get you. We get each other. We literally are each other. The older I get, the more I realize that this life, this thing that we're living, is not a unique experience.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
In fact, we're kinda all doing the same thing. We're born, we experience love and loss, we grieve, we build relationship and community, and then we die. At its most fundamental form, we're kinda all doing the same thing. So how come at any minor or major inconvenience, we feel alone? If you ask me, it's because nobody's really talking about it. So this video and this series is for all the girlies and the guys out there that find themselves always asking themselves, where the H-E-double hockey sticks am I going? What the F am I supposed to be doing? I'm first here to tell you, you don't always have to have all the answers. But immediately after that, I'm here to tell you that I feel you. I get you 100% because that's exactly where I am. I haven't really talked about it before, but since this is a safe space and I already hit record, let's talk about it. The past year has kind of been everywhere.
I ain't gonna lie, me too. When I went on her page and seen her pictures, I said, oh, jump scare.
Last April, I graduated from physical therapy school. A quick rundown for people that don't really know about physical therapy school. In order to even apply, you have to obtain a bachelor's degree. For me, mine was in journalism. A story for another day, but for most people, it's generally in some type of sciencey degree, which takes about 4 years on average. And then you apply to physical therapy school, you get accepted, you go through physical therapy school, and then you graduate. But the gag is, you literally cannot treat patients. You can't start doing the thing that you want to do until you pass your boards. So last July, I took my boards and I failed. And I'm gonna be honest with you, failing that time, it really didn't shake me. Because up until that point, my biggest fear was failing the test. And then I failed it and I realized life doesn't really end there. Like, it wasn't the end of the world like I thought it was going to be. But I didn't just fail. Up until that point, I had accepted a job offer from my dream job at the time, and I had also found the roommates that I would be moving in with once I moved. And so once I failed, I had to tell my boss and my future roommates what felt like everybody and their mama that I had failed, and then I kind of just waited. And what ended up happening is I lost my job, and instead of moving away, I had to move back home.
Yeah, double homicide.
So I moved back home, I got a job as a bartender, and I started studying again so that I could take the test again. Well, again came, and I failed again. And this time, it sent your girl into complete crash out mode. I'm not talking about any crash out. I'm talking about full on Monique and Color Purple crash out. F that test, F this career path.
Girl, fuck them kids and fuck you too.
Like, I'm laughing about it now, but there was literally nothing funny about that in November. I immediately started doubting myself and my ability, doubting my purpose, doubting my God. And like most people, I immediately aborted the mission and retreated. And one thing that I'm super appreciative of, hindsight, that I don't even think I realized in the moment, is the people around me, they didn't rush me out of that crash out. Let me add, the crash out, it didn't just last a day, it lasted at least a month. But like I was saying, the people that I surrounded myself with, they didn't rush me out of the crash out. In fact, they kind of did the exact opposite. They helped me decide how I was going to pivot. They helped me tweak my resume. They sent me jobs that I could apply to. I applied to literally upwards of 50 plus jobs. And I got denied from every single one. If you're in a season where you're constantly asking yourself, what are we even doing here? I get you. Life has this way of lifing to the point that it breaks you down to your knees. To the point that it literally breaks you all the way down. But the beauty of being in that position is that there is literally nowhere to go but up. A couple of weekends ago, my pastor preached this sermon that has honestly altered the way that I think in this current season. What if the chaos and the craziness of this season is positioning you up for greatness, aligning you with your purpose, and making sure that you don't miss your mark? What if the pain and suffering of those long days and longer nights is giving you permission to propel yourself forward into the next phase? Like, seriously, what if? I wish I could sit here and tell you that I'm out of the season of chaos and uncertainty, that I've passed my boards, I've accepted a job, my dream job, I've moved out of my parents' home, and I'm just doing all of the big things. But the reality is, even though I'm headed there, I am very much headed in that direction. I'm not there yet. In fact, I'm still at home, I'm still studying, I'm still working as a bartender. The only difference between me in November and me right now in March is that I have a little bit of peace now. And peace, how to obtain that, we'll talk about that in another video. But for right now, To wrap up this video, I'll tell you what I've learned in this season. What I've learned slowly but surely is that it's okay to be lost. It's okay to want more, but it's also okay to pause and appreciate where you are in this moment, in this season. What if I told you that this season that we're in has a name? In fact, it's so much of a thing that people everywhere have called it the quarter-life crisis, described as an existential crisis involving anxiety and sorrow over the direction and quality of one's life, often experienced by people in their 20s to mid-30s, and can be described as a lack of direction, a sense or overall feeling of being lost. I don't say this to just throw some fancy term that you've probably heard before in your face. I say this to tell you that you are not alone. And if you don't take anything else from this video, what I hope that you take away is that this season of your life, this chaotic and crazy journey that you're on right now, I don't think it's supposed to be picture perfect, but instead a messy and chaotic journey of just figuring things out. And then we figure things out and we figure more things out. And maybe, just maybe, the trick to staying calm in all of the chaos isn't contentment, but rather embracing the journey of growing and evolving and becoming the best version of yourself. Or at least, that's what I'm choosing to believe. I think that's all that I have for you today. Until next video, stay rare, stay you, and I guess I'll see you next time.